gears they go. We're racing at Talladega Super Speedway.
And you see it already how that restart was going with Chase. He's already down low. The 48's already in front. William Byron, they had that plan from the get-go.
That second row just laid back. Alex Bowman and Jimmy Johnson just laid back and kind of drug the field and gave themselves a place to go. Got a lot of their single file.
And we got a lot of Fords there behind them. Will they organize? Will they get together and try to take over and beat these Chevrolets? That's really what it's going to come down to today.
Yeah, right now, this time of the race, see Clint Boyer pushing Keselowski, trying to get a big run on the outside. These drivers are learning. They have not been in a pack like this all weekend long. They don't know if this outside is going to work well or not. Right now, it seems to be working pretty well.
They're teaming up. Ford's on the outside. There's a Chevrolet tucked in there as well with Kyle Larson. But right now, here they come. You see the manufacturers. 18 of them are Chevrolets, 15 Fords, and 7 Toyotas. And the Fords just push to the front, and we see Keselowski out front.
All right, Harvick's waving out the window. He's waving out the window down in turn 3 and 4 to let those guys around him know they're coming to pit road, I believe, this time.
All right, we'll see who's able to get onto pit road cleanly.
Oh,
and not everyone's coming.
Blaney got in there.
Oh, here goes Blaney around. Spins as he comes onto pit road into the grass. Will it bring out a caution?
If he gets this thing fired up, I don't think it'll bring out a caution. He's rolling, but that'll be big. He is going to lose the draft right here.
Oh, we got a caution here. The 52 car stopped on the racetrack.
That is Spencer Boyd, who won the truck race yesterday, and now Spencer Boyd stopped on the apron.
Huge break for Ryan Blaney.
And Paul Menard, you see out there in the 21 car, next opportunity, he has to come to pit road. There will actually be a driver change. You're looking at Matt Crafton, a NASCAR truck driver, taking his helmet off for now, but when the stage break comes, he will be taking over driving duties for Paul Menard, who is experiencing some neck issues. They're lingering neck issues. He didn't want to be involved in a wreck here at Talladega and decided not to fulfill the end of this race.
Back up to speed they go. Keselowski up front, Almirola on the inside. Now Newman in the 6 coming up. He's going to try to get that momentum on the high line, see if he gets any help from the 22 of Logano.
Interesting to see what Brad does. We've seen Brad in the past be an extremely aggressive blocker. Going from the top to the bottom, trying to keep this lead. Too much momentum, though, from Newman right there.
But that's funny you say that because Brad was the first one to say, I don't like these guys blocking me. As a matter of fact, I'll wreck them if they do.
Well, it's different when it's you.
2 to go, so Williams got the help. So he doesn't have to really watch his mirror.
If that 42 drops down, he's down to pick him up.
That's right. The only thing he needs to worry about is that inside line. Now I think I can go on down there. He needs to get down there if he wants to help his teammates be able to get in that inside line as well. I'd have to come on down. The 17's now on the inside of the 48.
Now he's not going to be able to get all 3 of them now.
Right, that was what they were trying to avoid, but now the 22 is pushing that 48. The 22 is going to go to the inside. He's going to take the 17 with him, I hope. See if that's what he's trying to accomplish.
He wanted to be the guy leading that inside line. He saw the charge coming from behind. Now
he's just a little too far out.
Yeah, with the 17 trying to get underneath him. No, going to push him.
All right, that's what he was hoping to happen there. They're organizing, and here they come the inside. William is not going to move down to try to defend it. He's going to trust that this outside line is going to work out for him.
Final lap of stage 1. They're side by side as they go across the stripe and into 1. William Byron has the help of teammates behind him. Joey Logano, a 3-time winner at this racetrack, has Ricky Stenhouse Jr. and Brad Keselowski right behind him.
William needs to get down there and side draft that 22 and then move away from him. He has some help going. No help for the 22, though. The 17's moved away from him.
Yeah, the 22 trying to side draft. He did a good job of stalling those guys out just for a moment.
24 had the momentum. Is he going to be able to stay in front?
Now block. A lot of information from your spotter you need right here. Which lane do you need to block?
Down there.
Remember, the start-finish line is further down this racetrack than it is every other.
The momentum's coming on the bottom.
Past the tri-oval, William Byron goes to the double yellow line. Coming out of the tri-oval, William Byron's going to win stage 1. They were 4 wide behind him for position.
Yeah, well, we got word right now that they're actually going to call this race today. We're not going to be able to get the track dry in time. It takes about 2.5 hours to dry this track. We got sunset around 6:15. So that won't give us time to finish the race. And NASCAR was, if they're going to restart a race, they want the ability to get to the end, to get to the checker flag. Not going to be able to do that today. So what time tomorrow you think, Rick?
We're going to race at 2 p.m. Eastern time. It'll be on NBCSN. So it is postponed, and that means that we will continue where we left off. So the end of stage 1 will be complete. They will be able to go through their pit stops when the green flag comes, or it'll be the yellow flag, but when it comes back out tomorrow, and then we will try to get to the conclusion of this race. It's 188 laps, it's 500 miles, and the first 55 laps were pretty entertaining. And we're seeing right now the 2 of Brad Keselowski did not fire up, so they're going to have to bring one of the vehicles over to push him started, and he'll blend back in where he blends in. So that's just unfortunate that the car wouldn't fire up. And we're seeing also, this is early, an early pit stop, so probably a penalty here for the 6 of Ryan Newman. He went ahead and stopped on pit road before he is coming off. So they're going to push start Brad Keselowski. The 6 is going to be penalized for pitting too soon. But obviously something was wrong with that car that they needed to make that decision.
Back at Talladega, about to go green here in stage 2. Here in a moment, they'll get 1 to go when they come back to the start-finish line. Brad Keselowski, as you can see, finally fired up, but it took a long time. That is the middle of the backstretch. They literally pushed him all the way from pit road to the middle of the backstretch before it finally got fired up. According to Brad, he had to be on the apron to do that, but they pushed him around the apron for the most of that lap. And interesting to note, Kelly, they took the least amount of fuel of anybody at the end of stage 1 there, only 4 seconds of fuel, so you got to wonder if something like that had something to do with it.
Field approaching the Geico restart zone, about ready to get underway with stage 2 from Talladega. Couple cars jumping out of line. One of those being the 2 of Brad Keselowski back there. The white number 2.
Even more cars going to that top. Larson jumping up in front of that train. Now he's in the middle, 3 wide. Already down the back straightaway. Very similar to stage 1. I thought these guys might take it easy, but looks like the racing is going to be the same as it was yesterday.
You see the 11 there of Denny Hamlin, who had hung back. And you see they're going to attend to that hood flap that came apart and give them some fuel, Marty.
The Fords with a bit of a fake there. Some of them had their signs out as if they were coming. The Toyotas, though, coming down pit road. You see Kyle Busch having to dodge Daniel Hemrick there. He did mention, you guys mentioned cars kind of peeking out once in a while. Kyle said, I'm overheating at times. That maybe is why you see these cars peeking out much warmer today than it was yesterday.
What I like about the Ford pack right here is super efficient, nose to tail, no one side by side, and I actually think with fewer cars, you might be able to attack pit road better. I would run each other over.
I would way rather pit with less cars. It's much easier to get on pit road.
But you don't want to attack and go too fast, and that's exactly what happened with Denny Hamlin, Martin Truex Jr., as well as the 32 of Corey LaJoie, all 3 speeding on pit road.
It's a huge penalty. You should be able to recover if you get some cautions, but right now we see green flag racing. So if Brad Keselowski continues to lead, having to pit in extra time will definitely put those guys not just far behind, but now on their own, Rick, right? When you come to pit road, there's only going to be a couple of them.
Joey to the outside of the 88. Man, he is taking those runs and using every opportunity he can to make a move.
Problem is,
to see.
he's got Jimmy Johnson behind him. That's the problem. There's just not a lot of help that's going to come from there. Here comes Clint Boyer and Brad Keselowski on the outside.
And the 22's going up there to block.
That's a big block.
They keep spreading out. They keep separating and spreading out.
Line.
4 to go, and a handful for the 9 of Chase Elliott.
Yes, Chase tried to block the 22 in the run by the Fords. Everybody did a great job there using the brakes and their heads to keep themselves out of trouble.
That was a really late block from Chase Elliott. I think fortunate to get away with that.
How about Alex Bowman in the 88? He gets a shove. He's going to go sideways right in front of the pack. The 48 caught up, and the 9 is caught up. The caution has come out. He got a big shove right into the front of the pack. The 42 of Kyle Larson, he is there. The 11 is caught up. And flames coming out from underneath the 48 of Jimmy Johnson. Alex Bowman up front, blocking, trying to stay up front, got a huge shove, and it sent him down low and then right up in front of the pack. Martin Truex Jr. also caught up.
Martin Truex Jr. been riding around all day trying to avoid this wreck. Ended up getting in it. We saw, obviously, Alex Bowman talking about all the guys that need points.
Huge playoff implications. We knew it was going to happen at Talladega. It was going to stir up the playoffs. We didn't know when. We didn't know how, but we were all sure there was going to be a moment.
You see Clint Boyer in that 14 car right in the thick of things, and he's been animated on the radio. He got into the wall a minute ago. Have a listen.
I feel it hit the wall, Brett. Off the two. I need to see if the right side's okay.
Okay, and his spotter, Brett Griffin, reassuring him, I don't see any smoke. They think he might be okay. His pit crew kind of sprung into action for a minute, but they seem a little bit more relaxed here. And there you see him getting into the wall.
He almost sounds out of breath, too, when he was saying that. Under green flag conditions.
If you were going 200 miles an hour, 3 wide, you'd be out of breath too, Rick.
He's holding his breath.
Yes.
In this action, man, I'm telling you.
He jumped in the middle, went with Eric Almirola into the middle, and that move is not working for Clint Boyer.
I just don't know that I've seen guys race this hard, this much. I mean, through each stage, the first stage, second stage, and now the third stage. We rarely, if ever, have seen the teams race 2-3 wide the entire day.
Yellow's out, yellow's out, yellow's.
And so the caution has come out with 36 laps to go. And everyone catching their breath. There is the 14 of Boyer. He is high centered.
This is big trouble.
Right now, push.
It's stuck. Oh, that is huge.
I'll blow it up. I can see you. They're going to have to push you. Rear wheels are off the ground.
He's about to take the lead. This 22.
Oh, it got
pushing
tight.
hard. 17 goes up there to block it.
Yeah, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. saw that the 38 had some momentum with the 22 pushing. He jumps up in front of that outside line. Now the inside line falls back.
3 forwards and outside line organized to push and help each other.
Oh, and around goes the 22. A hard hit by Joey Logano.
We're in it, guys.
The 41. Logano was running in the second position up there on that outside line.
Left rear tire blew out on the 22 car.
That's how fast things change here.
Suspension. The hood's up. It doesn't look terrible. Bring it to me. We'll get that tape down. Rear bond cut. Get the backing off of it, guys.
Now the 18 drops down to the bottom. He'll block the inside line.
Boy, a tough spot for Kyle Busch. What lane is he going to block? The outside lane. Now the inside lane's going to come.
Here comes the inside lane. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. back to the front. Another hood flap flies off. Oh, around comes the 18. The 42 collects the 17 as well. The 62 upside down. Brendan Gaughan upside down as he went back in front of the pack.
We're wrecked here, guys.
And the big one happens right at the front of the field.
That was crazy. Brendan Gaughan just flipped around, fortunately landed on his tires.
The 2, major damage.
Yeah, the 17 goes up to side draft. I don't think that affects the 18. It's the one just pushing his brother. It peels the 18 off to the right. It looks a lot like the 24 accident. Look at the 62, a full flip back on its wheels. Thank goodness. Instantly stopped the flipping, put the car back in position. But a huge, huge accident.
You wonder though if the side force, like right here, if the side force didn't help push the car and roll it off the front bumper, right?
Yeah.
Just the air moved it
Because
to
he's
the
trying
right.
to pull him back.
Yes, and just moved it, and then that helped with that pointed nose of the Chevrolet, the combination of the two.
Oh, this shot right here.
Yeah.
Coming right at you. Look at this 62. It looks like a toy car. It doesn't look real.
3,400 pounds. Remember that. These things are almost 2 tons. 2 laps remaining. Back into the restart zone. Green flag back in the air. Ryan Blaney, a great restart.
All right, he's clear of the 10. Slowly moves down in front of that 10.
That put the Dillon boys out on the outside lane. Tell you what Pop's telling them to do.
Can they get together? That's the problem right now. It's just 2 against the field.
Yeah, the problem for Blaney is his help did not get clear. But now that 34 gives a great push to the 10. Into the back of the 12. Inside line, all Fords.
There's Stenhouse.
Here comes the 11 of Denny Hamlin as well, the Daytona 500 winner.
All right, we know the Fords can tandem. Will they try to get that going here?
Ty Dillon dropping back in the 13. Coming back on 1 to go. Brought to you by Credit One.
Been a lot of questions about what position do you want to be in? Do you want to be leading or in second? I think you have to be leading. There's always a wreck with 1 to go, and then the race is over. So I think Blaney's got to be in this position.
Chase Elliott jumped out of line. That was likely his only opportunity, as he's going to get almost 3 wide there with the 13.
Tries to get help. He tries to get that help from Ty Dillon. Now, everyone fighting for every position. Down the backstretch for the final time.
Ryan Newman, huge push from Hamlin.
Here comes Newman. Newman sideways.
He saved it. He saved it.
That's going to give that 12 car a chance to get another run, but Newman way out front. They're going to have a big run coming up on this 6 car down the front straightaway.
Huge block coming right here.
Blaney as they go around the 37. Almost upside down. So is the 96. Parker Kligerman. Here they come. They make contact. They're side by side. It's a photo finish at the line. Blaney and Newman were side by side when they crossed the line.
Unbelievable finish.
Yes, we didn't beat him regardless.
Blaney, by just a foot, is going to get the win over Newman.
What a finish.
Brian Blaney came here in almost a must-win situation. May have pulled it off.
After heartbreak a week ago, running so well, the mechanical failure, nothing he could do. We talked to him in the garage, and look at this. How many times has that finish line come into play later, out past the tri-oval? Once again, we see it. In the tri-oval, it was definitely the 6 leading, but the 12 still had time and made that move. Ryan
Blaney is winning in the Monster Energy Cup Series for the first time in 2019. And that win moves him on. He will lock into the round of 8.
Hey Motorsports fans, thanks for watching. Make sure you hit subscribe before you go for all the latest news and highlights across motorsports.